September 17, 1960. A military helicopter on a routine mapping mission over the remote peaks of Himachal Pradesh reports something wrong. The pilot, a veteran of mountain flights, notes an unnatural silence in one particular valley. No smoke from chimneys, no movement on the paths. He circles lower. What he sees from the air will become the foundation of India's greatest unsolved mystery. The village of Kolgar, home to 217 people, was frozen in time. From the air, it looked perfectly intact, but it was utterly, profoundly still. The helicopter lands on the outskirts. The soldiers who step out are the first to feel it. A silence so heavy it feels like a physical weight. They find a village waiting for life to return. A loom held an unfinished shawl. A pot of lentils sat, untouched, next to a stove that had long gone cold. But there was no one, not a single soul. The official report would later call it an enigma. But for the men who were there, it was something else. It was a violation of reality itself. And in the center of the village, the ancient temple stood, untouched and ominous. Inside, they found something that would justify why the village had to be erased from every map. Something no one could explain. The initial 48 hours were chaos. Search parties fanned out. Trackers from the local Gadi tribe were brought in. They were the best in the Himalayas. And they were baffled. They found no tracks leading out of the valley. Not a single footprint on the muddy paths. It was as if the villagers had simply been plucked from existence. But the absence of people was not the only mystery. It was the presence of everything else. All personal belongings, jewelry, money, family idols were left behind. The village's herd of 50 goats was found safely in its pen, well-fed and content. Dogs, normally fiercely protective, were found cowering and whining, unwilling to leave their homes. Then, the most perplexing clue of all was discovered in the village schoolhouse. On the blackboard, a complex mathematical equation was half solved, and on every single desk lay open diaries. Every one of them ended on the same day. And the final entry in every one was the same 4 words, written in the distinct handwriting of its owner. The shadow is waiting. To understand what might have happened, we must go back centuries before the first brick of Kolgar was laid. The indigenous people of this region, the Kinnoras, have a rich tapestry of folklore. At its center is the concept of the Kshetrapala, the fierce protector. This is not a gentle deity. It is a cosmic warden, a spirit of immense power tasked with maintaining the balance of a specific, sacred place. The valley where Kolgar would be built was known to them as Chaya Atmaka Stan, the place of shadow souls. The legend says the Kshetrapala is neither good nor evil. It is a force of nature, like a glacier or a storm. It tolerates those who pass through, who take only what they need and offer respect. But it is merciless to those who seek to own the land, to build permanent structures, to sink roots into its soil. To do so is to enter into a contract with the Kshetrapala, a contract of balance. You may live on the land, but you must feed its spirit with your reverence, your rituals, your essence. If you fail, the balance is restored by force. The Kshetrapala doesn't kill, it reclaims. It pulls the life force, the very consciousness, back into the earth, leaving the physical form to dissolve into the elements from which it came. In the decades since, experts from every field have tried to solve Kolgar. Geologists searched for seismic activity, hidden caves, poisonous gas vents. They found nothing unusual. The soil is clean, the air is pure. Parapsychologists, however, point to strange electromagnetic readings reported later. Visitors and researchers in the 70s and 80s reported watch hands stopping, compasses spinning, and camera equipment failing for no reason. They spoke of a pervasive feeling of being watched and sudden intense cold spots in the middle of a sunny day. The most compelling theory is a terrifying fusion of science and legend. What if the Kshetrapala is not a spirit, but a natural, incomprehensible phenomenon? a unique confluence of geological strata and the Earth's magnetic field creating a stable, localized space-time anomaly, a bubble of reality operating under different rules. The villagers, by building their homes, inadvertently tuned themselves to this anomaly, and on that night the anomaly activated, not destroying them, but absorbing them, translating their consciousness into a different state of energy, integrated into the field itself. In 2018, a team of documentary filmmakers and paranormal investigators secured rare permission to spend 72 hours in the ruins of Kolgar. They set up REM pods, EMF detectors, and full-spectrum cameras. For 2 days, they found nothing but decay and silence. On the final night, everything changed. At 3:17 a.m., a deep, subsonic frequency registered on their equipment. A vibration felt in their bones more than heard. Every camera flickered. In the footage, the ruins were not ruins. The houses were whole. Smoke curled from chimneys. Translucent figures walked the paths, trapped in an endless, ghostly loop. Audio captured from the schoolhouse revealed children reciting the alphabet, a lesson continuing for over 60 years. This was not an echo of the past. The villagers' consciousness had been preserved, disconnected from our plane, living the same moment for eternity inside the Kshetrapala's field. Where does this leave us? The soul debt theory posits the Kshetrapala is a conscious intelligence consuming villagers to restore the land as energy. The dimensional anomaly theory suggests a natural flaw in the fabric of our universe at that location. Both lead to the same terrifying conclusion. Kolgar is a tomb, but not of bodies. It is a tomb of souls, a prison of consciousness. The villagers are gone and eternally present. Their life force powers the anomaly that consumed them. The equation on the board, the identical diary entries, these were not premonitions. They were symptoms. The desperate attempts of 217 minds, feeling individuality dissolve, trying to grasp a universal truth beyond comprehension. The story of Kolgar is not just a ghost story. It is a cautionary tale. Our understanding of the world is a tiny island in a vast ocean of the unknown. We map the mountains, we name the peaks, we believe we have conquered them. The old powers do not care. They do not recognize ownership. The Kshetrapala still sleeps in that valley. Its hunger is eternal. The faint voices, phantom smells, cold spots, these are warnings of a still active force. Next time you see a blank space on a map, do not see an invitation. See a warning. Some silences are not empty. They are full of answers we are not yet equipped to understand. Kolgar is a scar on reality. Some scars never fade. They just wait.